I'm not convinced at this point that this is the right thing to do.
The mayor's office floats a new budget proposal, dropping a controversial property tax hike ahead of a key vote tomorrow. But will we have enough support? WGN's Brona Tuvelty is live in the loop with the latest. Brona.
Good evening, guys. Alders around the city have been engaged in briefings today, hearing about the mayor's new plans to balance a budget with an almost $1 billion deficit. And the good news for homeowners, at least, is that the new version does not include a property tax increase. But some members of City Council say pumping the brakes on tomorrow's vote may be the most cost-effective move for everyone.
The victory for all of us is the complete elimination of a property tax increase. We went from $300 million to $150 million, down to $68 million, and now zero.
Second Ward Alderman Brian Hopkins speaking tonight on a new version of the budget set to be voted on Monday, one which eliminates the prospect of additional property taxes.
We told the mayor 2 months ago that there was no appetite for a property tax increase.
But the money needed to plug the current deficit has to come from somewhere.
There's a number of other fines and fees that are being considered right now. We're here at the United Center, actually. They're looking at whether the sports stadiums in Chicago are actually paying their share.
Part of that plug-in rests at the feet of event organisers and sports stadiums, with the city hoping to recoup a further $10 million in chargebacks for the provision of police services and traffic control.
Now what they're saying is it's not enough, that the sports stadiums aren't paying their fair share. The large events like Lollapalooza may not be paying their fair share, although Lollapalooza would insist they are.
In addition, the mayor's office would cut 10 positions to save $1 million, along with 26 more at mid-management level around Chicago, which would secure almost $3 million in savings. But Hopkins says 36 job cuts out of 35,000 city workers is just the tip of the iceberg.
It's just barely scratching the surface. We need to take that approach and expand it over the course of the entire city enterprise and find more efficiencies that are there to be had.
Adding more time to review things could yield better results.
Clearly, when you sit down with the budget and you look for efficiencies, you look for things that can be cut, you look for things that can be trimmed, you find them. We should have started doing this months ago, and here we are with our backs against the wall.
This all follows an abrupt adjournment of a raucous session on Friday, the mayor cutting short the council meeting after failing to attract the minimum 26 votes needed to pass the proposal. But we're running out of time because the city needs a budget in place by year's end to avoid a government shutdown. And as things stand, it's unclear if the green light will be given tomorrow.
They don't have me. I'm not convinced at this point that this is the right thing to do. But there's 50 aldermen, and if they get to 25 votes, the mayor's going to break the tie. So they're pretty close right now, and it's possible they can get there.
Now, we did receive a copy of a letter sent to the mayor tonight, signed by 15 members of the City Council, including Alderman Hopkins, asking for specific reductions to balance that budget. Now, those reductions include elimination of the Office of the Vice Mayor to save $432,000, elimination of the Office of Public Safety Administration with an estimated saving of $61.3 million, and removal of the $175 million CTU non-teacher pension payment. That letter goes on to ask for reconnection with Sound Thinking, the gunshot detection technology better known as ShotSpotter, further investment in CPD, and a finalised contract for the city's firefighters. Again, the members of City Council are set to meet tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We're live at City Hall. Brona Tuvelty, WGN News.